Batch 101. So from today we are starting our pathology lecture. So I will cover system, that is hemodynamic system. We will discuss about edema. Next lecture will be hyperemia and congestion. After that shock, and after that thrombosis and embolism. Myself, Dr. Upin Patel, I am assistant professor in pathology department. So edema. In your new UG curriculum, each topic has competency. Means these much things you should know. In edema, you should know the definition, describe edema, its type, pathogenesis and clinical correlation. What do you mean by pathogenesis? Pathogenesis is series of events that take place during any pathological process. These are the learning objectives. At the end of today's lecture, we all should know the definition, pathogenesis, types of edema and clinical correlation between different types of edema. We all know that majority of our body weight is composed of water. Okay. This liquid is mainly plasma, interstitial tissue fluid, intracellular fluid and transcellular fluid. So come to the definition. What is edema? It is abnormal accumulation of excess fluid in the interstitial tissue space or body cavities. The fluid is outside the cell and outside the vascular structure. So the word abnormal word is very important. It is not just collection, it is abnormal accumulation of excessive fluid. For example, in peritoneal cavity, certain amount of interstitial fluid is always there, but it is not edema. For example, around 50 to 70 ml of fluid is always there in peritoneal cavity. But when the amount exceeds that of the normal amount, then only it is called as edema. So abnormal accumulation word in interstitial tissue spaces. It is extracellular. Normally or physiologically, the exit of fluid in the interstitium from arterial end of the circulation is balanced by inflow at venular end. So there is balance between two opposing forces. One is capillary hydrostatic pressure and other is plasma oncotic pressure. For example, here, this is the cut section of capillaries. So the plasma oncotic pressure, plasma is intravascular, okay, in blood. So the plasma exert the oncotic pressure, it draw the fluid inside, or it gives pressure to remain the fluid inside the capillaries. And the opposing force is hydrostatic pressure, which give effect to move the fluid outside the vessels. So normally or physiologically there is balance between these two forces. Plasma oncotic pressure, that is within the vessel, and other hydrostatic pressure. Okay. And another important thing is excessive interstitial fluid is removed by lymphatic drainage, which return ultimately to the bloodstream via thoracic duct. Okay, understand this basic mechanism. Pathogenesis. So these 2 points we have already covered. Whenever there is common sense, excessive fluid in outside the vessel, when it occurs, either there may be decrease in plasma oncotic pressure or increase in capillary hydrostatic pressure. Okay. So decrease oncotic pressure, that is decreased plasma oncotic pressure or increased capillary hydrostatic pressure. And lymphatic drainage, whenever there is things which causes obstruction. There is a long list, we will discuss it later on. Lymphatic obstruction, increased capillary permeability. Permeability means selective micronutrients or certain things. There is selective permeability by capillary endothelium. But when there is when the permeability is non-selective or increased, it may lead to drainage of fluid outside the vessel. So it will accumulate in interstitial space and the resultant edema occurs. And the last one is sodium and water retention. So now the causes, which are the causes of increased capillary hydrostatic pressure? Main causes are impaired venous drainage or venous return. In which condition there is impaired venous return? We all know heart failure, congestive heart failure, constrictive pericarditis, cirrhosis of liver, which causes ascites, venous obstruction or compression by certain bandage, long term morbidity હોય patient bed return હોય hospital માં, then compression ના લીધે venous obstruction થઈ શકે, varicose vein, thrombosis of lower leg vein. These all are causes of impaired venous return, which cause increased hydrostatic pressure. Heat, neurohormonal dysregulation, prolonged activity, arterial dilatation. But the most important one out of this is impaired venous return. Second pathogenesis or second mechanism is decreased plasma colloid osmotic pressure. It is clear cut. Plasma oncotic pressure ક્યારે ઓછું થાય? જ્યારે plasma protein ઓછું થાય. Okay. So loss of protein or reduced synthesis of plasma protein, that is albumin. Nephrotic syndrome. What is nephrotic syndrome? Must be my advanced. There is selective proteinuria. It is commonly occurring in child. Selective proteinuria એટલે બધું પ્રોટીન renal microcirculation માં જે absorb થવું જોઈએ reabsorb, it lost. So all protein is excreted in urine. So there is proteinuria and resultant hypoproteinemia. Means protein in blood is decreased. It is the very common cause of edema, facial edema. Whenever any child comes with facial edema, the diagnosis nephrotic syndrome should come in your mind. So the renal function test, the VG test you should suggest. Protein losing enteropathy, liver cirrhosis and malnutrition are other causes. Lymphatic obstruction, it causes lymphedema. The causes are inflammatory, filariasis. We all know filaria. It is caused by Wuchereria bancrofti. Erysipelas caused by Streptococcus pyogenes. Neoplastic process like in breast carcinoma, lymphatic drainage to breast is obstructed and resultant appearance is orange peel appearance of the skin of breast. Post-surgical, whenever there is lymph node resection or post-irradiation, chemotherapy, radiotherapy. So on the left side, the photo shows elephantiasis. It is due to obstruction to lymph. There is lymphedema. It occurs in filariasis. On the right side, PUD orange appearance like of the skin of the breast. Here. It is also due to the obstruction to lymphatic drainage of breast. Next pathogenesis is for edema is sodium retention, sodium and water retention. sodium and water balance is mainly regulated by kidney. So whenever any disease or any pathology in kidney is resultant water and sodium imbalance. So excessive salt intake along with renal insufficiency, increased tubular reabsorption of sodium, renal hypoperfusion, that means blood supply to kidney impaired. There is activation of renin angiotensin aldosterone mechanism which causes secretion or release of aldosterone hormone. And what is the function of aldosterone? Conservation of water and sodium. So edema. Increased vascular permeability. It occurs whenever there is endothelial damage. There are mainly mechanical mediator or certain inflammatory changes. So initial reaction of the microvasculature to any inflammatory or immunologic stimuli which leads to release of mediator. There is vasodilatation along with increased vascular permeability called as inflammatory edema. Endothelium can also damage by certain non-inflammatory agents like virus and toxin. So after pathogenesis, what are the types of edema? Edema may be generalized or localized. Name itself suggests generalized means it may occur anywhere over the body. Facial हो सके, over leg, abdomen, on the back side, anywhere. It is generalized. Localized means it remains localized to certain area. Generalized is more than one side or more than one location. It may also classify depending upon whether it is inflammatory or non-inflammatory. So which are the mechanism of generalized edema? Increase hydrostatic pressure of blood, decrease plasma chloride osmotic pressure and sodium retention. The etiological factors are heart failure, mainly right-sided heart failure, liver disease, chronic renal disease. Location, it is dependent edema. Dependent edema means if patient is in supine position, the edema is on the back side. If patient in sitting position, edema is on the leg or extremities. Other location may be ventral abdominal subcuties, subcuties of ventral cervical region or subcuties of limbs. Local edema in mechanism are localized increase in hydrostatic pressure or lymphatic obstruction or inflammation. So there are mainly 5 pathogenesis, but it is not always there. All 5 mechanisms may not be always there. Any 1 or 2 mechanism is there may cause edema. Like plasma oncotic pressure खाली घटी जाए तो पर edema થઈ શકે. All 5 factors may not be there always. So in localized edema, which are the factors? Increase in capillary hydrostatic pressure, lymphatic obstruction and inflammation. Etiological factors are impaired venous drainage or lymphatic blockage or inflammation. Improperly bandaged limb result in venous occlusion, damage to lymphatic by surgery, any neoplastic lesion or parasites. Inflammation may also affect lymphatics, that is called as lymphangitis. Non-inflammatory edema, that is mechanism is decrease in plasma oncotic pressure, called as hypoalbuminemia, increase in hydrostatic pressure due to impairment to venous blood flow in right-sided heart failure, lymphatic obstruction and sodium retention. The fluid, edema fluid may be either transudate or exudate. It is very important which are the, you may get question in your exam. Transudate, exudate, short notes or difference, basic mechanism. What is transudate? Transudate is edema fluid that is protein poor. And exudate is protein rich. So in transudate fluid, protein content is low, that is 30 gram per liter. Specific gravity is low, and cell count or nucleated cell count is less. Exudate, high concentration of protein, high cell count and increased specific gravity. So exudate is inflammatory fluid. edema in extremities, that is leg here. Generalized edema, common location are either it is in ventral abdomen, then called as brisket edema, in cervical region, that is bottle jaw, in limbs called as stocking up. Certain clinical terminology, terminology surgery में आवश्यक है. Pitting edema. Whenever you give pressure on the edema site, the fluid redistribute from that side, and so there is dent, which is temporal. This type of edema is pitting edema. मतलब pressure आपको ने हम देखा है swelling, पर जेब में अंगूठा जी press करो, the edema disappear and fluid redistribute to surrounding area. Anna sarka, it is severe and generalized edema with profound subcutaneous tissue swelling. Hydrothorax. Hydro means fluid, thorax. Increased fluid collection in thoracic cavity. Hydropericardium, increased fluid in pericardium. These are all non-inflammatory fluid or transudate. In pericardial cavity, it is ascites or hydropericardium. हमारा जो न्यूमो वर्ड लगी जाए तो एयर थी है. न्यूमोथोरैक्स, न्यूमोपेरिकार्डियम, न्यूमोपेरिटोनियम. हीमो वर्ड लगी है, then it is blood. These are all clinical terminology. Pitting edema. In the first photograph, you can see the swelling is there on foot. On pressing by thumb on that particular side, it disappears because of the redistribution of fluid. Clinical significance, it may be mild, moderate, marked or severe. Edema एक मच्छर कटी है तो पर edema है, so it is very mild and localized. Location, site of accumulation, it depends on duration. Effect may be merely annoying or rapidly fatal effect. Pulmonary, cerebral edema, these are fatal type of edema. And whenever significant, it can impede wound healing or clearance of infection. So pulmonary edema, it can cause death by interfering with the normal respiratory function. Fluid collected in the alveolar septa around capillaries and impede the oxygen diffusion. Edema fluid in the alveolar space creates a favorable environment for bacterial infection. So initially hydrothorax की हुए के hydropericardium जो later on the fluid में infection था तो initially transudate हो. Later on if bacterial infection supervene, then it may convert to exudate and inflammatory and infection disease. Brain edema can be fatal. It can cause herniation to the foramen magnum. The brainstem vascular supply can also be compressed by edema, causing increased intracranial pressure. Morphology of edema: the affected organ is wet, gelatinous, and heavy. Fluid bari. Lung, normal lung are spongy in nature and light. Whenever there is collection, it becomes heavy, moist, or wet. Fluid weeps from the cut surface. Cut surface, जब cut करते हो तो fluid बाहर आता है. बाहर जो उधर edema नहीं देखा, because it is interstitial. लाखी और किडनी काढ़ी है तो बाहर जो उधर fluid नहीं देखा. But on the cut section, fluid weeps from the cut surface. Microscopically, fluid, main composition of fluid is protein. So whenever we make this slide after tissue processing, it appears either light pink in color or colorless. देखा से नहीं microscopically. एक air और एक fluid, it doesn't take up the stain. अगर routine hematology ने यूएस से stain करी है, it is not necessary कि fluid देखा है. Pale eosinophilic और pale pink color को देखा ही सकते. So tissue spaces are distended by the edema. Collagen bundles are separated by increased clear space. Lymphatics are dilated. Again, edema, elephantiasis, facial edema. You can see it is mainly below the eyes. pulmonary edema. Normally the pulmonary vasculature has very minimum hydrostatic pressure and plasma oncotic pressure. It helps to prevent the escape of fluid in pulmonary interstitial space. So pulmonary edema क्या रहता है? Whenever there is increased pulmonary capillary hydrostatic pressure and increased pulmonary capillary permeability. बड़ी ना आप बेस वर्ड आगे कर रहे हैं. Plasma oncotic pressure and capillary hydrostatic pressure and capillary permeability. Okay, morphology, accumulation of fluid in basal region of lung, and because of the collection of fluid in lungs become heavy, moist and less. Fluid आगे ऐड तो नहीं है जैसे and subcrepitant, cut cursor there is crepitant voice is there, and cutting upon the lung or portion of lung, frothy fluid escapes. Microscopically, alveolar capillaries are congested. Initially it accumulates in the interstitial space. In initial case of pulmonary edema, it is interstitial edema. So fluid collect only in interstitial space, but later on it accumulates in alveoli, then it is called as alveolar edema. The fluid or spaces are filled with fluid which are eosinophilic, granular and pink, rich in protein, and often it is mixed with RBC and macrophages. See the cut section of lung. You can see on cut section presence of fluid. Microscopically, these all slides also will be covered in your practicals. Demonstration will be there, gloss and microscopy. So I will go through it fast. The alveolar spaces filled with light or pale eosinophilic fluid. It remains unstable. Here we can see light pale eosinophilic fluid in the alveolar space. Capillaries are dilated. There is congestion. Alveolar wall are thickened and presence of transudate. Fluid join a transudate से क्या exudate से नहीं होगा. Biochemical tests are required. Which test? How can we differentiate between transudate and exudate? Protein content, nucleated cell count and specific rate. Next is cerebral edema. Edema of brain. It may be localized or generalized depending upon the cause. There is obstruction to brain outflow. The causes may be vasogenic, most common type. Result from rise capillary permeability. It is prominent around cerebral contusion, infarct and brain abscess. Other etiological factors cytotoxic like metabolic injury, hypoxia or other chemicals. Interstitial, non-communicating hydrocephalus in child. Morphology, like that of the lung, affected organ is swollen, frothy fluid comes out on cut section. So gyri and sulci are flattened and narrowed. Microscopically, presence of edema fluid, astrocytes are swollen, and perivascular space widened because of the collection of fluid. So this is the gross cut section of the brain. Cerebrum. Microscopic appearance. To the left is normal. On the right side you can see presence of or collection of fluid. You can see the difference. Edema.